How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of xAWxGaming. This is Cuban Cigar, and I'm back on some Journey of Life. We're going to do things a little bit different. This is going to be a solo playthrough that Cyber may join me eventually, but it's going to be more of like a tutorial for newcomers, beginners, people that are trying to learn the game. I've got a pretty decent amount of experience with this game, and I'm going to go through the tutorial essentially with you guys, showing you what some of the things are and how to go through them, because I understand that some of it is a little bit confusing. So let's go ahead, get a new game going, get our character made, and we'll start from the beginning. And it's going to be me going through this with you. So I'm going to let this load, and we're going to get to the character creation here. All right, so here we are. It's character creation time. Here you can play with skin colors, muscle, how muscular you are, thickness of your arms, chest, everything. You can make your character look however you want. You got head, you got body, so this is the amount of fat in your head, amount of fat in your body. So obviously the less fat, the skinnier you're going to be, and so on and so forth. I'm not actually going to play with any of this right now. We're just going to get started, but you're welcome to do so for your game. Try to make your character look as much like you or someone you want it to look like as you can by playing with all of these sliders and skin tones and so on. So let's just go ahead and get started. It gets into even more details with really customizing the head and the face to make it look more like what you want it to look like. Eye color, hair color, eyelashes colors, eyebrows. It goes on and on and on. You can have beards, you cannot have beards, you can have hair, you cannot have hair. It is all over the freaking place. Again, I'm going to skip it and continue. Here you start to kind of really dial in the nose and the lip, the nose and the mouth with the lips and whatnot. Again, I'm going to leave this guy. He's a handsome looking lad. Look at him. I mean, he almost looks like it's a guy from the Fast and the Furious, the bald guy who, Hobbs and Shaw. He doesn't look like The Rock, but he sure looks like the other guy. Anyway, let's go ahead and start the game. So when you start up, this is pretty much what you see. You're going to see a bunch of floating question marks everywhere. Go up to each one, press E. This is your welcome to Journey of Life. Gives you quick basics. Use the tab key to open your inventory, crafting recipes, nearby windows, items around. Hovering over an item in nearby tags highlights item in the world, so on and so forth. How to forge things. So you can pick things up. So items can be collected by either walking up to them and pressing E or clicking on them, so on and so forth. And then you're crafting. You've got a bunch of different crafting tiers, and then as you craft things, it will unlock other things that can be crafted. There's an entire, I'm not going to call it a skill tree. It's more of a technology tree of all of the things that start to unlock as you create items. Here's a technology tree. So if you make a campfire, it unlocks the advanced campfire. You make a workbench, it unlocks the ore crusher, the smelter, the composter, and then your farm plots and rain collectors. And then if you upgrade that workbench into a more advanced workbench, then you can start working into some of the wind power, water powered items. And we'll get into all of that throughout this series. Then you've got your building. If you have a hammer, you can build foundations, different types of foundations. You've got your very basic thatch. Then you've got the next one up from that, which is thatch plus clay. Then you've got a wood foundation, which you need wooden planks to make these. And then you've got the stone foundations, which require bricks, and you make those out of limestone. And again, we will get to all of these things throughout this series. Keep in mind, in the current version, there are, once you get settled and you've created a settlement, you might actually get attacked. So kind of keep that in mind. So anyway, anywhere you see a question mark, there's going to be something important there. If you look here right here on the right side, you've got your basic things that it wants you to start out with. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with craft a backpack. We'll get to these question marks later. We're going to craft a backpack. In order to craft a backpack, okay, what you want to do is you want to go to crafting up here. So you've got inventory, crafting, and you look at backpack and it tells you here, I need 2 alacosta leaves, 2 straight solid sticks, and 2 rope. Okay. Alacosta leaves are really unique. And I'm probably pronouncing that wrong and I'm sorry, but if you come over here, I can see one from a distance, but I know what I'm looking for. Alacosta leaves. Okay. Very big leaf. It's right here. This right here is alacosta. So you harvest this up by pressing the letter E. Everything's going to fall on the ground. And by pressing N on your keyboard, it brings up your nearby. And nearby is great because as you're walking around, you can use nearby to shift click the items you find. Now, I picked up these fibers because I know I'm going to need them. You know what I'm going to need them for? I'm going to need them for the rope. Okay, so if I go to craftables, I go to rope. I need to make 2. Let's make 4 rope. I can make 4 rope. Let's make the 4 rope. So those are going to end up in my inventory. As you can see, they're popping in over here. There we go. I was only able to make 3, but guess what? I only need, oh, it did make 4. I only need 2. And then the next thing we need is, where are we here? The last thing we need is 2 straight solid sticks. Now, straight solid sticks can be a pain. So what I like to do is I go to these bushes, and these tend to drop 1 when you've completely harvested this puppy. So let me just finish. You'll see that thatch come out. That's actually what you use for those foundations. So there's my straight solid stick right there. Straight solid stick. We'll let that stuff fall. And the beauty about this game, this stuff will not despawn. It will stay there forever. So let's find another one of those bushes, which I got one right here. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna harvest this bad boy up until it gets to the point where it drops the stick, because that's what I want. I want the stick. Straight solid stick, important. Okay, straight solid stick, there it is. Got it. Now, as you can see, this got highlighted. So now I can craft that. So we're gonna let that craft. All right, almost there. And once it crafts, it will actually immediately put it on your gear, I believe. From what I remember, as soon as this is done, it should end up in my gear slot. And that, there we go. So now look at all that inventory. So now I can start picking up all these goodies that are all over the place. Okay, so that was step 1. We've got ourselves a backpack. First step of the quest is done. High density rock, I know we're gonna need those. So if I see them around, I'm gonna pick them up. They're pretty important, and there's other ways to get them. So the next thing it wants us to do is craft an axe, a wooden axe to be specific. So I'm gonna come over here, just because there's this little question mark. As you can see, there's a sunken ship over there. There's all sorts of cool stuff. This is just gonna tell me that there's, you know, salt water, and I can make salt rocks out of salt water. Recipes later on down the line will require the salt that you harvest from salt water. We'll get to that eventually. Now, I'm just going to set this stuff down. This is super cool. You can put stuff anywhere, and it will always be there. So, what do we need to craft a wooden axe? If I go to tools and I go to the wooden axe, I need 2 rope. I've already got it. I need a sharpened rock medium, and I need another straight solid stick. So, sharpened rock medium, you ask, well, how do I make those? You go to craftable, see this says sharpened rock, M for medium. You need a high density rock and a jagged rock medium. There are different sizes. There's a jagged rock S for small and a jagged rock M for medium. So let's kind of look around and see if we can find, that is there's a jagged rock S for small. I did not mean to drop it. Yucca tree is just telling me that this is a good source for the fibers and for dry wood. The dry wood is what you need for a fire starter, which we will get to eventually. Seashells, I don't remember right now what they're actually used for. I got some fibers, which I know I'm going to need eventually. Let's keep looking around here. We got to get this axe made, because once we get the axe, then we'll be in really good shape for coconuts. So you see how this has red berries? So I'm not going to harvest this, but any of these fruit trees, you want to harvest just to the point where they give you the fruit, and then you don't want to completely destroy the trees, because they will bear fruit again. They will respawn the fruit. So you want to kind of leave them intact. I want to show you, okay, right here. This is a great example. This tree right here, you can see that it's a kakai, I don't know, fruit tree. If I harvest this by pressing E, you'll see in the nearby that that fruit just fell off of it. So I probably want to leave that alone, because it will it will bear more fruit later. So let's see if I can find another one of those bushes around here. Here we go, because I need a straight solid stick, right? And I'm going to need at least probably 2 of these, just based on looking at what the quest is getting ready to tell me to do. And once we have the axe, this all goes by significantly faster. Okay, so I've got that. I got to find... Aha, there's a jagged rock medium right there. Perfect. Okay, let's go get this stone axe made. Let's go get the stone axe made, and then we can work on the rest of it. So I'll go back to where I left my stuff. So try to remember where you were. Now the beauty of this game, it will spawn you in this area. If you were to die, this is where you will spawn every time until you make a bed. So I need to make the craftable jagged rock medium. Let's go ahead and make one of those. In the meantime, we can put all this stuff down. And as long as it's nearby, it will craft it for you. So now we're going to go over to tools and we're going to make the wooden axe. Craft. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. Now we've got a wooden axe, okay? Next thing it wants us to do is the hammer. So let's take a look. What do we need for a hammer? We need a high density rock. All I need is another straight solid stick and I can make a hammer. So, like we did before, let's go find one of those wonderful bushes, which I thought I saw a few over here. They're everywhere. I mean, they're everywhere. And eventually when you get further into this game, you end up with so many straight solid sticks, you don't know what to do with them anymore. But look at how much faster this goes. Look at this. Way faster once you get to that point. I'm just going to grab everything just because I can. Okay, I got my one straight solid stick, and just because I know I'm going to need another one, I'm just going to go ahead and harvest another one of these. Because I'm looking at what I've got coming in the future. I've got a pickaxe, I've got a shovel, so I may as well do a few of these, right? I mean, it doesn't hurt. This is all goodies that we're going to grab eventually, right? So I may as well. No harm in crafting while the crafting's good. Or harvesting while the harvesting's good. And we got one more right here. Since we're in the area, we may as well do it. Let's go. There we go. And we can just shift click all of these into our inventory and we are good. If I can find another Acosta, that would be wonderful. Alcosa. I always pronounce it wrong. I tend to pronounce it an Alacosta, and it's Alcosa, or something like that. I know there's more on the other side, so I'm not super worried about it. In fact, I can see a few from here. You can just kind of see them right over there. So where's my stuff? There's my stuff. Try to keep note of that, where your stuff is. So from here, we can set all these goodies down. Okay, no big deal. And we can make our hammer. Craft. Boom. Now we're going to have a hammer. Straight solid sticks. So what I like to do, I like to put my hammer in slot 1, my axe in slot 2. Okay, so I can switch. There's 2, there's 1, there's 2. Okay, next thing, shovel. How do we make a shovel? I need another jagged rock medium, and I can make the rope because I know I have the fiber. So let's go find one of these rocks. So I just kind of keep an eye on my nearby here. And as soon as I see one of those rocks pop up, I know I've got it. You know what? I know I'm going to need these for one of the items we're going to have to craft. So I may as well hang on to it. There's one. Boom, boom. We go to craftables. Let's make a bunch of rope. I can make 6 rope. And that'll craft as I'm walking back. I think. I honestly don't remember if I can queue it up and walk away or if I have to sit and wait. Oh, it looks like I could. Perfect. Now let's go to the shovel. And boom, we got ourselves our shovel. I'm going to put that in number 4 because I like to keep my pickaxe, which is the last thing we have to craft, is a wooden pickaxe. If I go here, I look at the wooden pickaxe, all I need is 2 sharpened rock small. Now I have a jagged rock small on the ground right here. I've got 2 more here. But in order for me to make the sharpened rock, I need high density. So I need to go find 2 high density rocks. So let's do that. That's why I said those things are quite valuable. Now, Drywood stick. I want that. I want a drywood stick because and you'll see later. You'll see later why you want a drywood stick. We'll get to there eventually. And I'm just picking up everything. In the beginning, you want to just grab it. Like if you see something, just grab it. What's this up here? Is this? I can see that little bit of that rock right there. So let's go to number 1. I think this is just, that's clay. Oh wow, look, there's already iron in this area, so that's actually really good. We're gonna get to that shortly. Let's go over here. I can see right there. I've got a couple of akosas, which I want, and you'll see why I want them shortly. Oh yeah. This is a little off topic as far as sticking to the quest, but these, I know I'm going to need these. Especially when we get to it getting dark out and wanting to sleep through the night. So I want to make sure I collect a bunch of these. Because there's a bed you can make, and once you make that bed, you're actually able to sleep through the night. So sorry about that. So that's why it's really important to pick these up. Okay. I need to find, high density rock can sometimes be a real pain to find, because these are all clay deposits, right? They're not rocks. They're not mineable rocks. There are some mineable rocks in the game that give you high density rock, but they're always in the beginning, and when you really need them, they're kind of difficult to find. I can't. Okay, I can't. If I find a high density rock that's different, I only need one more. I think I have one. Let's drop some stuff here while I can. Let's just go ahead and drop. See, I love how you can just drop this stuff on the ground and you don't have to worry about it. It will not despawn. It's freaking beautiful. More of those, more of that, stick, that. I don't have any high density rocks actually. So can I hit these? See, no, it doesn't work. Okay. Oh, I see a rock. I can see it right there. I think I can hit that rock for some high density rock. Let's see. Let me see. No? See, I think you need the pickaxe for it. Yeah, I was right. That's something new. That did not exist. Here's one. Okay, when I find one more of these, our high density rock problems are gone. Oh, there's one right there. Oh, that's 2 of them. Cool, let's go. And I want these flat rocks. I know I'm going to need these. I'm going to need those for something in the future, so I may as well pick them up. Now, you'll notice on the bottom right of my screen, I've got health, I've got a lightning bolt, which is my stamina, I've got water, and I've got something that looks like a stomach. Those are your stats. Those are the things you got to kind of keep an eye on. In this game, stamina's real. These are all things that you have to just kind of keep an eye on. I need 2 of these. Food isn't a huge issue. It really isn't that bad. Tools, this guy, and craft. Excellent. Now we've got ourselves our pickaxe, which is phenomenal. That's the first basic quest. Next thing it wants us to do is collect a dry wood stick. Well, we already collected one of those earlier. Dry wood base, that's the yucca trees. Remember the yucca trees we talked about? Yucca trees are a great source for a dry wood base. So let's go ahead and hack down this yucca tree, and hopefully we get a dry wood base out of it, along with all of this yucca, which we can cook. There we go, dry wood base. I know I'm going to need pretty much all of this. The seashells I'm not as worried about. Okay, next thing I need is to craft a fire starter. So let's go back to our little pile of things here. We're going to go to craft. It's actually a tool, and we're going to craft our fire starter. Excellent. We can put this down. We can put this down. I like to keep my fire starter way on the end. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my fire starter is number 6. Okay, and then I tend to keep my tools all on the bottom here so that I have all of this for storage. Okay, place a fireplace. Now, what I love about this game, it's absolutely awesome. If you go to stations And as you can see, I have a fireplace. It says I need 6 high density rocks. I don't need the 6 high density rocks to place it. Placing it just place a ghost image of what the item is going to be. So if I hit that, there you go, place it. Now with my hammer, if I had the high density rocks, I could build the fireplace. Now I don't have any, but remember, we found that stone over there. So if I go to number 3, pull out my shiny new pickaxe, head over here to this boulder we found that said stone, right? See how it says stone deposit? Hit this bad boy, and this is going to be loaded with high density rocks. All sorts of rocks. It's great. Let's pick those up, because I don't want to... Look at that. Jagged rocks, high density rocks, all the rocks we need come out of this one deposit. Right? Like, it's beautiful. Look at that. Boom. 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 Everything we need. High density rocks galore. I'm going to drop this guy and pick up... We have any more? How many high density rocks did I get at? Only 4. I need 6. So clearly, I need to go find another. Now that never used to happen. You used to... Oh, there we go. You used to only get... You used to only get high density rocks out of those. So that's actually really interesting. I'm going to drop this flat rock, and I'm going to pick up this other high density rock. Excellent. Let's head back. If I switch to my hammer by pressing number 1. Now, you can see that my thirst is suffering big time. I'm going to show you what to do about that here in just a second. Boom. So all I'm doing is swinging my hammer at the fireplace, and ta-da, check it out. We've got a fireplace. I can use any stick. I can go grab a log. I can throw that log in there, and we are good. Okay? But clearly, I need to drink. So I'm going to chop down this coconut tree. Come on, coconut tree. Let's go. And it gave me a coconut, as you can see. There's a coconut right there. But, you know, you'd be tempted. Hey, it's a coconut. What you want to do is hit the coconut with your axe. And it drops 2 coconuts. 2 coconut pieces. Now, you right click, you hit use. You see how it gave me a little bit of thirst and a little bit of hunger? You yield more out of it by cutting it in half. So I'll leave this pile here. I do want one of these, because I'm going to turn one of these into firewood. And I'll show you guys how to do that momentarily. Next thing it wants me to do is build a workstation. So I'm going to go to craftables, or stations, I'm sorry. Workstation. Again, I don't have to have these on me, and I can hit place. And there we go, workstation. Now I need 10 straight solid sticks, okay? I have my axe. Let's go find some straight solid sticks, which just means I'm gonna have to go find about 10 of those little bushes. Now over here, I could swear, oh, come on. Could swear I saw a few of them all piled up. This is bamboo. I'm gonna need that eventually, but look at this. Look at this. Here we go. There are some trees that give you... Whoa, there we go. Give you a lot more straight solid sticks than what I'm picking up out of these. But this is what I have in the area, so this is what I'm going for. Alright, here's another one. And here we got another one here. Let's go. And this is all things I can come back later and clean up. That you guys don't have to sit through, right? I can just, off camera, when I'm not recording, I can just come through here, pick all these goodies up. Oops. And I have a habit of pressing escape. And I know I'm not the only one. I've seen a couple of other YouTubers that do the same thing. They like to press escape, and that's not how you get out of things. So, let's see here. Come on. I want to get this workbench made. Because that's essentially going to be the major first steps of this first episode is going to be getting your fireplace, getting your workbench, and if there's enough time, if I'm not running too long, because I don't want this to be much longer than about a half hour. If I'm not running too long, we'll make the bed, and that's like your very, very beginner basics of this game, and we'll keep it going. Now, if you guys are watching this and it's helpful and it's helping you out and you're learning stuff, please follow me or subscribe to the channel. It helps out big time. Make sure to hit the notification button and comment any kind of questions, anything you want to see or you want to learn how to do, let me know. Also, you can always come check me out on Twitch. I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. If you want to come in there, say hi, ask any questions, please feel free to do so. It helps out big time, and I love to interact with viewers. I think it's so fun, and sometimes even play. Sometimes I'll even do I'll do some games where I play with some of the viewers. So for sure. All right, let's get this done. See how the sun's starting to go down. You see the shadow is coming toward me. So I want to get this done. Let's get this freaking workbench done. Once this workbench is ready, which it's ready, and now all I have to do is interact with it. I interacted. Boom, done. Really quick, let's go to tools. And is it here or is it a station? I think, okay, right here. Primitive bed. All right, 8 Acosta leaves. Alcosa leaves. We're going to put this bad boy right next to the... And E and Q allow you to rotate. So I'm going to put that right next to the fire. And we're going to pull out the hammer here and we're going to build this freaking bed up. We're going to show you guys how this works. Right before we get dark here. Okay, now we're going to grab our axe. I'm going to cut this in half. We're going to cut this. Okay, now what we can do is check this out. So grab one of these, put it in the fire. Come on, log block. Oh, no. I need to go to stations. That's right, stations. It's in this one. Go to stations. There is a wood chopping station in here. Where are you? Right here. 5 log blocks. We're going to place that right next to the fire. Okay. I think I have 5 log blocks, so boom. Wood station. Now what I can do is I can pull out my axe, grab one of these, set it on here, and I can chop it. Watch. Boom. Now I can take one of these halves, and I can chop one of these halves in half, or into a quarter, but watch. Boom. I've got a fire. If I go to 6, I right click, left click, and there we go. I've got a fire. We're nice and warm. We've got light. It's about to be dark out. We still have a little bit of daylight, but this is your basic setup right here. Basic setup. You've got a campfire, a bed to sleep in, a workbench to build in, and a place to chop up firewood and get yourself set up. So next episode, what we're going to do is continue with the quest, set ourselves up with a water source, collect some clay, collect some iron, and move on with the quest and start building. I would like to do some building within the next episode, depending on how quickly we get through the quest. So again, thank you guys so much. I hope this was helpful. If it was, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a video or go live or whatever. And as I said, I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Come on by, say hi. I stream on Twitch. And as always, thank you guys. I'll catch you next time.